Was this supposed to be here? Oh. Oh man. This is flamed. Ah. Oh. Where's the other piece? We got scored in the face.
I think we've had to take off everything at least twice on this car. I can't get this yet. Dude, this is hard, man. I've got to use some KFC wrapper for this. It's the only thing that works. Zinger burger wrapper. Oh.
Welcome to the third and final episode of the GLS 350 build. In this final episode, we'll start with a quick service, changing the oil, filter, diesel filter, air filters as well, as it was in a very dusty environment. So once we put the old air filters out, we'll see what they were like. We'll also address the PCV valve. And lastly, what is a very common issue on the OM642 diesel engine is the turbo seals. So these can go bad, and the intake hose that comes in tends to have oil from the PCV valve, and that oil tends to trickle down if the seal is broken and give you a pretty bad leak at the bottom end. Once that's all done, we'll do the battery, as that's been causing us some headache as well. Car wasn't starting every now and then, and let's dig into it. Now that we've taken the engine cover off, we can still see remnants of the desert dust, sand that the car has been exposed to. The air filters sit just on these outer sides. We'll first start off with an engine oil flush. This will just get rid of any grime, sludge that's built up in the engine. So to do that, we just have to pour this in, let it idle for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we can just drain the oil as per normal. One other thing, if you come around and have a closer look, you can see there is a bit of oil, as I was mentioning, around the turbo. Someone may have been here before and done it, but we'll just do it as a preventative measure, as well as the PCV, which is inside here. So let's pour this in. And then we'll start the car. Was this supposed to be here? Now, good thing, this isn't black. Sounds full of oil. Because if it was black, it means it's full of oil. And there's no leaks anymore, which is good. What's this, 13? This is the right one. Oh, oh man. Take this. Smells a lot like diesel. I think there's a fair bit that's diluted in there from the DPF regions. I think you're only supposed to take out about 8 litres. I think we'll be taking out a little bit more. Ooh. That's it. That's right. This is slammed. So after lowering the car again, we've got a new ride height. The reason why this happens is because it's got air suspension. It just lets all the air out. Sometimes it locks, sometimes doesn't. Other cars do have jacking mode as well, which locks the suspension at a certain height. But we'll just start it right up after we put the fresh oil in there, and then it'll come back to normal height. smaller. Oh, brother. Now it's got the different teeth. And these are all small. So we don't have it. Oh. Manual work. This is not going to be easy. Even the last time I changed one of these, you need that special tool. No. Yeah. This was way more than 25 Newton meters. It's the same. Need to change two O-rings. One, two. Lucky. Now what you're supposed to do is always use a bit of oil on the O-ring because you don't want it to catch on the edge of this and tear when you put this back on. Now I'll get the new filter back in. There. And then back on. It's as easy as that. Hang on. That'll do. Clean everything up a little bit. That's done. We can get the fuel filter out the way. That's inside here. It's inside here. We'll take this off just to make our lives a bit easier. That wasn't supposed to happen. We'll leave this here. There. This has to come off as well. How am I supposed to get to it? Fuel filter here. These have to come off because we're changing these air filters as well. Yeah, we're taking this off. Wasn't too bad. Get the MAF sensors out. Yep, this is where the leak was coming from. You can see it's not split or anything, but there's a lot of oil everywhere. That's fine. Turbo's good as well. All this oil here is from the PCV valve, which we have to get to. When that sucks up more oil from the positive crankcase, this is what happens. And all that oil gets in your turbo and then into the intake, so you start to have oil consumption issues as well. I've got a different PCV. This is not the same. No, this is different. So we can't change this one today. It's completely different. Yeah, it's the one with 3 bolts, not 2. Ah! I have to leave that one for next time. I have to get to this and these filters first. Quite dirty. Let's just quickly vacuum that. Done. 1. This is a manifold pressure sensor. Well, I can't take this off, can I? Because it's here. Okay, that's off. I'm a bit confused. I need to take these off as well. 1. Oh, where's the other piece? Who got squirted in the face? No, seriously, where's the other piece? Where's the other piece from this? There's one piece missing. This wasn't that big. Well, that'd explain why it was leaking oil everywhere. But we came prepared, so we've got these two. Yeah, there's a bit missing. That one there. Yep. Perfect. Now the diesel filter. These have to come off. This has to come off. Ow! Made in Romania. Turbo. Now these lines have to come off now. Okay. Diesel filter out. Now based on the manufacture date 2023 April, we can only assume it's been changed within that year or the latest in 2024. Now for those that don't know, we've got two filters here. This is a genuine Mercedes-Benz with a genuine part number, but then you can also see man filter WK820/14. Now what we've done to save it a coin, WK820/14 man, it's OEM, but we just don't have the Mercedes logo on it. In essence, it's the same filter, same functionality. They even made in the same factory as well. There. Now let's get these back on. 1, 2. Now these are back on. That's the fuel filter done. But I'm actually surprised that we weren't getting any boost or vacuum leaks with this old seal being broken. I don't know where the other half is. We'll just leave it like that for now. This is just for the water to run down on this windshield cowl. It'll run straight down. We've also changed both pollen and cabin air filters inside here. So this white filter is more of a pre-filter, and then the interior ones are a carbon activated filter. See, everything's so easy on a Mercedes. Boom. I'll leave this for next time when we have to do the PCV. See, even these are quite dirty as well. The mass airflow sensors, all full of gunk. So it's quite messy under here. I won't mess around with the mass airflows just now because the car drives fine. I think that's how it goes on. Done. Now that's definitely in. Mass airflow on the left bank. Bingo. The diesel fuel filter from memory should prime by itself. If not, we can just cycle the ignition a few times and then we can hear it buzzing. Got to put some oil in. Oil capacity is 8 liters, so we'll just put 8 liters into the car. So Ceratec is just some friction additive for the engine. Being a high mileage, I thought, you know what, it's probably best to put one of these in. Apparently reduces wear, low friction, reduces emissions, improves motor performance and increases motor service life as well. 300ml will treat 5 liters of oil, and we've got 300ml here, so we need one of these and about half of the other. We'll pop this in. We'll put 7.5 liters and then Ceratec the whole way. So those who don't know, oil is measured in 2 viscosities: cold, hot. That's the viscosity when the oil's cold, and that's the viscosity when the engine's warm. For hotter climates, it is recommended to run a slightly thicker viscosity when warm. Now you can run a 530 as well, no problems there. However, it is recommended to have a thicker viscosity, and there are temperature ranges as well for each oil specification too. So in Europe, you might run this with a 530, no problems. Other people decide to even run slightly thicker, 1040, 1030. So pretty much the higher the number, the thicker the oil. Now this Ceratec stuff, you'll see it's milky colored. You don't really want to see this color in your motor if you don't have this in, because this does look like a head gasket failure mixture. But have a look, it's like cappuccino. So 1, 2.5 up to here. Oh, good. Right here. Yeah, full. That's excellent. All done. Now the cover goes on. There we go. And that's it. We're all done. Now I think let's change the battery first before we start it up.
And this is some sort of distribution motor for the ventilation. Now where is this held? How is anyone supposed to get this thing in and out of here?
Worst place to put a battery.
You're kidding me. Oh, there's two number 12 or 13s here. Has to be 12. Not 12. 13. Aha. 13 it was. I can't get this out. Dude, this is hard, man. It's not coming out.
It is.
But I've never disconnected this. Oh, man alive. Oi, oi, oi. Man alive. And this. Oi.
Can you hear the other terminal?
Yeah, that's on. Never in my life have I changed the battery with this level of difficulty before. This is supposed to go here. This is what holds the whole battery. No, I can't get this terminal out. Man alive. No, I'm not risking it. Hang on, I'll get something.
You just said it's easy to work on Mercedes.
Yes, it is, just not on the batteries.
Yeah.
I've got to use some KFC wrapper for this. It's the only thing that works.
Put the zinger in.
Zinger burger wrapper. Oh, I need the magnet. Do it double. Oh, the car's coming up. You feel it?
Yeah. Do you have your radio code?
No, this doesn't have radio codes. Okay. Easy, boy. Oh, nothing is easy. Done.
All right, so ignition on. You can hear the fuel filter priming, and that just runs off the low pressure fuel pump. So you can hear some air bubbles going back through the return into the tank. Cycle it another 2 more times. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Straight on.
Now that the service is done on the car, the next steps is to do a full interior and exterior detail, washing the engine bay as well, and we'll just give the car a quick polish on the outside just to get rid of any swirl marks and scratches that have been caused over the years. So let's start off with the interior detail.
it's time for something that we believe is going to absolutely transform the car. Take a look.
Now that you've seen the rims, there is a slight issue. We can't just put them straight on without doing something again. So the current rim setup, they've got tire pressure sensor monitors on them, which are these things. Now, if we were to put the new rims without these sensors in it, you just have the TPMS light on all the time, and which I find really, really annoying. So to fix that, just had to grab 4 new sensors. But the issue is they then have to be programmed to the car. Now, there is a bit of a fix for it, and that's this. What this is a TPMS programmer. So essentially what you do is once these are installed on the car, you go around to each corner, you activate the sensors, and then using the OBD port in the car, we can then activate it and write the new sensors to the car, so then it then reads. Now to see that it all works, we're going to select the car, hit check, it tells us to go on the front left hand corner, and then we are going to hit this button to read it. So going to the wheel, reading, and what can we see? We can see the identifier for that particular wheel, and shows us the temperature, 16 degrees, and also the pressure in the tires, so 35 psi, which is good. Now let's have a read of one of the aftermarket sensors. We'll just scan that again. Again, 0 psi because it's not in the car, and 22 degrees as it was just in my hand, and its own unique identifier. Once you do that, you then program it to the car.
All right guys, so now we've passed the second inspection as well. We did have a slight mishap. They failed us, well, they wanted to fail us because of the window tint on the front. So we've since then taken that off, cleaned it up, but we'll just get it retinted afterwards anyway. Big surprise, this was one of them with the new rims. Now, the only reason why we had to upgrade to these from these is because of the width and the offset of the rim. Now if you have a look with the fender flares on, the rim sticks in quite a fair bit. The bumper bar also protrudes out more in the corners because of it. To fix that, we had to get a wider rim. The stock ones are 20s on 8.5J, so a width of 8.5 inches, and an ET of, so an offset of about 62. And these ones are 22s on 10.5 and an ET of, I think, 38. So it means they stick out a lot further, and I think the 22s will look great, so let's fit them on. And there's one more thing that we have to do, program the tire sensors as well. So that's gonna be fun, and we'll see how we go. Okay, so there's a slight problem. These two are in fully, but this is still moving. So we've just got to get shorter bolts, as because on the stock ones are a bit thicker. So maybe about 1 centimeter should do, 10 mil, something like that. And then we'll put them on after. All right, so these are the original bolts, and you can see how much longer they are. Now we've got a whole pack of these ones, and believe it or not, these are from the Volkswagen Audi group, so they've got the same thread, same pitch, just a little bit shorter. So Golf Mark 5, we'll put these on and hope for the best. All right, let's use this now to attempt coding the sensors to the car. Okay, front right, rear right, and then rear left. Okay, so it's got the IDs of each one. Okay, so I think that's what's the OBD's reading from the old ones, and these are the new ones. So if we go okay, I think that works. Yeah, so now it's the same. Now the sensor IDs are reading the same as the OBD. So I think that's good. I'll call that a success. And if we go TPMS, tire pressure. Okay, after a few minutes of driving. Use current pressure and your reference values. Okay, so I think we just got to drive it for a bit and then that'll come up. So now that we've gone for a 5-minute drive, we can see that the TPMS sensors are working. So that tool did work, and the aftermarket sensors do work, which is great. Now that the wheels are on, the last finishing touch that we have to do to this car is this. Now, the reason why we're changing the steering wheel is because this looks a whole lot better. Flat bottom, thicker steering wheel. It is the AMG style, but we do have to change the airbag as well, which we've got here. Only reason being is because this is round and the standard one is filled in. We are going to have to adapt this a little bit. This is from a GLC class, and we need the 4 arrows on the left because otherwise it's not going to work. Now, some people may say, why couldn't you take this from an A class, B class, C class? Well, the problem is not all of them have this blue connector. What that is a small vibrator in the steering wheel for lane keep assist. So if you don't have that, you can't do this retrofit plug and play, and you are going to have errors on the dashboard. So we got what we need. We just have to swap out the buttons, which are compatible from that steering wheel to this one, and then it's just plug and play. So to undo the airbag, we just need a flathead screwdriver, and there's 2 pins which we have to put out on either side. We'll try this side first. Done. Now, there is one other thing you have to check when you do change airbags, and that is that this airbag, for example, has 2 igniters. So I think some countries, I'm not sure if it's US or Canada or some European countries, they only have 1 igniter. So just make sure that wherever you get your airbag from is the same like what you have on your car. Otherwise, it's not going to work. If you see 2 plugs, 2 igniters. There. There's one. So the only difference is this. This is round, this is not. Now the clips that we had to push in is just that. So just pushing those 2 clips in undoes the airbag. Now we'll take the center bolt off. And there is already an alignment here. So if you have a look, there's a line here that lines up there. That's it. And that's the clock spring. Now it is vital for you not to spin this around. What Mercedes have done, it looks like it's locked. So when the steering wheel is not on, it's locked and you can't turn it more than what it should be, which is good. Because you don't want to go too far one way or the other, as you will risk just breaking the ribbon wire, and then you have to either repair or replace the clock spring. So what this does is it takes all your functions from the steering wheel and airbag and connects it to the ECUs. The way it works is if you don't have this, you can't actually have a wire because you're always constantly moving the steering wheel. So what this does is it helps with the rotation of the wheel. So now we have to dismantle this one and take the buttons from here and move it across to this side, only because we've got 2 arrows here, and on the original one we've got 4 arrows. So changing those buttons there, and then we'll also change the right hand side ones just because they're slightly worn. This is the vibrating motor that I was talking about, which is just that blue plug. So now that we got these buttons, we can now put them onto this. Okay, that's all done. Now we'll plug this back into the contact plate, which is this. Plug this in, we'll plug the airbag in. That's it, all done. How good does that look now? Now there is one more thing we have to do, and that is just to get rid of the airbag light. Get the scanner. Now we'll just grab the autel and then we'll erase the codes for it. Scan. And you'll see something will come up in the SRS module shortly. There you go. Quick erase. Steering angle sensor. Oh no.
I think it's the contact plate that we have to change as well. We can use the old contact plate from that one onto this. So I think we'll take it off again and then undo it and then see the differences, because surely there's a difference in the wiring between this contact plate, which had the old buttons, and that contact plate with these buttons. So I think that's the problem. So there's still 3 and 2. So the wires are the same. It's just the way they all hook up. We can check if that part number is the same. I think we've had to take off everything at least twice on this car. Different part number. A099464150 4641100. So that's the difference, I think. Let's just swap them together. Now we should be good. Take 2. Moment of truth. So now these buttons work. Quick erase. There you go. 0 DTCs. All good. Who would have thought just a simple contact plate from a different steering wheel could give you all sorts of problems? One kangaroo in 1 split second took the front of this GLS, and it was done for. Written off without a second thought by the insurance company. We came along and saw more than a wreck. We tore it down, rebuilt it piece by piece, and gave it a second life. And what a transformation this has been. Alright guys, that's a wrap for episode 3. The car has definitely come a long way. I certainly hope that you've enjoyed this build. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Stay tuned for future builds. There are going to be a few cars coming in the next few episodes, different vehicles, which I'm sure you'll enjoy. Hit the bell icon and we'll see you on the next video. Need to change to out.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Where's Puck Puck? Shields and... Nah, stop. I don't know. Ooh. Was that the paint? Touch up.